Oh my god! Oh my god! When I see a movie with a sheriff on the cover, man, I tell you what, brother. I tell you what, I'm into it. I don't know. I don't like propaganda in terms of what it is and what it does to people's minds, especially in America. Propaganda is just propaganda, but for cops. You could have decided that on your own, but you should read a book called Cop Again. I forgot the author, but shout out to them. Very good. It tells you about how like police departments often don't disclose how much money they send to their PR campaigns, to their social media campaigns, nor how much staff is working on their behalf. And it gets into the TV shows we all love, like Law and Order, etc. So like really good stuff. There's also a YouTube channel called Skip Intro that attacks Cop Again from shows like Law and Order, like I mentioned, to Blue Bloods, to even Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like I'm sorry, but that's what it is, propaganda. But this is the propaganda I like. I love this movie. I love family members that I do sincerely love, but less in this movie. But less in this movie. Less in the movie. All right, I can't say this name. Okay, Ulysses. Because like Ulysses S. Grant, but it doesn't feel comfortable. So I'm gonna say Bob Odenkirk for that character's name. Bob Odenkirk is the interim sheriff in Normal County, Minnesota. That's not how Minnesota. I don't know how they sound. I met one Minnesotan. We have like a love-hate relationship. Shout out to you. Bob Odenkirk is the interim sheriff in Normal County, Minnesota. While things seem mundane at first glance, the previous sheriff died under mysterious circumstances, and the town folks have their oddities, so Bob Odenkirk forms his suspicions. He's not sold on this town. Everything seems simple and normal, simple and plain, but there's something beneath that. And every character he interacts with provides just a little bit of insight into that, because he's asking about certain things and they evade the conversation in a certain way, and clearly, they're hiding something. So what are they hiding? We'll get to that later. We're not going to get to that. I don't spoil stuff. But after responding to a bank robbery, he is familiarized with the town's secrets, and forced into an unexpected partnership with a few of the town's rejects. So a lot of folks in the town are in on this thing. Some folks are not. Some folks are passing through. He happens to team up with some folks that are just passing through and some folks that are just not in with the crowd. And that's what this movie is. It is kind of a man versus a town. Okay, and what does that sound like to you? Think about it. I'll talk about that in a second, but think about a movie from, I think, 2004 that sounds like that. This movie is 90 minutes of brutal violence, quirky comedy, and poignant storytelling. What could have easily been another film in the lineage of John Wick or Nobody, Normal offers emotional depth and true comedic value rarely seen in the genre. This movie is Hot Fuzz meets Nobody 2, and every single part of it works. Normal also features a non-binary character who is central to the plot. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever seen an action movie do that, or really any movie that I've personally seen that I know where the character was non-binary. I haven't seen that happen. And the way this movie does it, it's like very natural. And I don't think, that's like an overused talking point. Like, oh, like, why is the character in here? They're just random. Like, people's existence aren't random. But like, there are moments where you're like, yeah, like somebody forced something there in a way where it doesn't serve a character. Like, it doesn't represent a community well, because it does feel cheap. This is perfect. Like, I've never seen a non-binary character just get to be a complete badass and just like have what might be the actor's actual personal experience to a degree be told through this character, but also have the character be a complete like badass, like I said. So beautiful stuff there. And that just speaks to like this film's intentionality in terms of the screenwriting. Yeah, so great movie. Good needle drops, like songs I don't know. I know a lot of music. I can't really see it all, but I know a lot of music. But movies like this where there's songs I don't know, but they sound like very soulful and very like 60s. Like think about sometimes that era I don't play Fallout. I haven't watched the show either, but like it sounds like what Fallout theme music sounds like. And I like that because it's like creepy. It's a little bit creepy. And yeah, this movie's a little bit creepy. Not in the sense that it's like a horror movie or anything like that, but it's just like this town is up to no good, and it's odd how many people are okay with it. It's uncomfortable even. But yeah, long story short, beautiful movie. Just it looks good. There are moments where there's CGI and it doesn't always look great. Those moments are few and far between. This movie actually focuses what I believe is practical effects. So like it focuses on actual blood. So when heads explode, which they do, there seems to be a gooey substance and a liquid left behind, and it splatters on other characters, and it feels like it's actually there, as opposed to the digital blood typically seen in a movie like this. So I really appreciate that. Bob Odenkirk is excellent. His story as a character is interesting because there's some real darkness behind who he is as a person, and when he experienced that darkness, he just hasn't really recovered from it. So he's kind of an interim sheriff because he doesn't really commit to enforcing the law. He's such a unsuspecting sheriff that this town thinks they can bring him in and he won't investigate anything any further. So he seems like the perfect candidate for them. Little do they know they brought in the worst person they possibly could, because this dude is a badass when he needs to be. So I just like that. This movie has good guns in it. I like guns. I mean, like, what can I say? What can I say? Yeah, I mean, like, you got a Colt Python in here for sure. I think you got a G36T in here. You got a grenade launcher, like, you know, like a 6-cylinder grenade launcher. I forget what those are called. M something maybe. A Beretta. I have 2 Berettas. I like seeing a Beretta in the movie. I think I talked about that before. I like seeing Beretta. Shout out to Beretta. Shout out to Italians in general. There's a foreign criminal element here, which is a nice spin to it. And then the movie takes different approaches where, like, at some points it's brutal. At some points it's sad. And then at some points it's brutal and hilarious. And I like how this movie decides to wrap things up because it's unexpected and it just makes you feel good at the end. Like, there's points in this where you'll be cackling and you'll just hear people in the back just like having the time of their life. I don't think it's a perfect movie for everybody, but this is what I like from movies. I just want to have fun sometimes. I don't want to have to like think about stuff too deeply, but it does offer that in moments if you need it. But this movie, man, this movie is probably the best I've seen out of this genre. This little like one unsuspecting man does something crazy sort of genre. Probably one of the best movies I've seen in a while. And I'm giving it a 10 because I feel good about it. Go see it. Bob Odenkirk is fantastic. Acting in here from people you've never seen before, fantastic. And man, it looks good. It's just like the violence just looks good. I mean, come on, don't be violent. But when you're going to be violent, make it look good.